Hello, good noon to everyone. It is time for our Tuesday tune-up. When you get here, let me know where you're from and your name, and we will get started. Today we're going to talk about how to eat well while traveling. We're going to talk about this in two ways. We're going to talk about it in general, and then we're going to talk about it in relation to the coronavirus that everyone's all freaked out about. So the first thing when you're traveling, there's two important things. As you know, my magic bullets for everything. Make sure you're well rested and that you're well hydrated. So well rested is going to help you not reach for the caffeine or the sugar on those long car rides if you're doing a road trip. I've even been known occasionally on a road trip, if there's no one to help me, if there is a safe place where I can pull over and just take a little nap, 10 to 15 minute nap, doors locked, safe place only, do this at your own risk. Instead of grabbing a Coke, that can be better. Staying hydrated is awesome because one, travel can be very dehydrating, especially on airplanes with the air recirculating all the time. And two, it's going to force you to get up and go to the bathroom. So it'll let you make more pit stops, which are great. You don't want to be stuck seated in the same position in a plane, in a car, in a train for too long. So stay hydrated. The other good thing about this is it's going to kind of keep a check on your appetite as well if you are hungry, right? So make sure you're well rested and you're well hydrated before you go. So I gave myself the challenge because I know a lot of people go on road trips, and I went to 2 gas stations to come up with a lunch out of the gas station. Good reminder of how much I hate eating lunch at gas stations, but I found some stuff, so I'm going to share with you what I found. The other cool thing about driving is if you can pack a cooler, if you can fit a cooler in your car, you can bring quite a bit of food with you, especially if you have dietary needs. There is a lot of stuff that holds up really well, whether it's hot or cold, like quinoa or pasta. Beans, cooked beans hold up really well. And if it's just a day or two, even spinach and some greens with it would hold up well in the car. So pack a cooler. If you don't pack a cooler, here's what I did. So here's what I found at my first gas station. I actually went to 2 because I was only going to 1 and I found too many good things. I'm like, this is crazy. This must be an exception. These were just random gas stations on my way home from work. So at the first gas station, I found one of these portable protein packs. The thing I like about this, it's got cheese in there, and turkey, and it also has some almonds, but it's the portion is controlled for you. So while it's real tempting to just drive down the highway with a bag of almonds in your lap, this will keep you from eating too many. So not a bad option. This one has 180 calories, so maybe this plus some of the others could actually make a lunch until you get to a place where you can have a real dinner. To drink, I love V8. So I usually get the low sodium V8 because it has a lot of sodium in it already. This has, almost half your sodium for the day in one serving. And this is the regular one. The cool thing about this, it has no added sugar. So there are some sugars in here just from the carrots and such, but no added sugars. So a V8 plus a protein pack, not a bad way. You're actually getting, they say 3 servings of vegetables. I believe them. Not the green leafy vegetables we all know and love, but vegetables nonetheless. So V8 protein pack. And then I found, which I was really surprised, I found sliced cantaloupe. Now, this brings up a good point. This was on clearance for 50% off because it expires in 1 day, right? So make sure if you see something on sale that you're checking the expiration dates. And also make sure that it's refrigerated and the refrigeration is cool. You should notice that it's in a fridge and not just on the counter. So this was lunch 1, right? Protein pack, V8, and cantaloupe. Not bad. Better than I was expecting. So I went to a smaller gas station to see what I could find. And here's what I came up with at the smaller gas station. They unfortunately did not have the V8, but they had the green machine. Mixed feelings about these. It is a juice and it does have fruit juice in here, so not great as far as sugar. A lot of sugar, although it's saying 0 added sugar, so it's just sugar from the fruit juice, but the fruit juice is the fruit without the fiber and that's so not great. Matter of fact, the first three things. So I would say not as good as a V8, better than a Coca-Cola. Okay, and that's about it. I also found these, not the most appetizing, but I found some hard-boiled eggs. The thing when getting hard-boiled eggs at a gas station is make sure there's nothing added to them. And I was looking, these are just eggs is the ingredient. So look at the ingredient list. Make sure they're not adding a lot of salt. I've never seen them add sugar to hard-boiled eggs, but if they were like ranch flavor or something, maybe there's some sugar in there. So I found hard-boiled eggs and then the ubiquitous banana that they have in there. These were really green. So I might save this as a snack for later, but buy it while I have the chance. So this was my lunch number 2, hard-boiled eggs, green machine, and a banana. Again, not perfect, but not bad for a gas station, right? Better than a bag of chips, Coca-Cola, and a bag of M&Ms. Smarties and Sprees. Sweet Tarts were my favorite on long road trips many years ago. So if you're one of those people that always has to snack while you're driving, I found some other snack things. So these I found at the gas station as well. Sunflower seeds. Not bad. I like them because they have some protein in them, which being vegan, the eggs, the turkey, the cheese isn't going to work for me. So this is okay. A lot of sodium. I like you to buy them in the shells because that's going to take some time to eat them and you're not just going to be throwing them down. So being that they're in the shells, it takes a little longer to eat. Slows you down. Serving size. There's about 2 servings in this container. I don't know if I could eat a whole serving of this in one sitting. So not bad. And anyway, so this is another option. Now, the cool thing about traveling is if you have time to hit a grocery store before you head out, there's some really cool things. Oh, one more thing I found that looked really cool. I found some Dilly Bites fresh dill pickle snacking cuts. So these are pickles, again, not a lot in here, but if you need the snackies and you need the salt, here is another sodium thing. And this whole bag only has 1/4 of your sodium for the day. And it's only 15 calories. So not much in here, just if you need a snack. Good snack option, perhaps. Yeah, okay. So back to shopping beforehand. I found some really cool things at H-E-B that you could take with you on a plane, perhaps. First, I found these Crunchsters. These are really good for me because I'm allergic to nuts and they're vegan. A little bit of protein. Again, salty protein snack. Yum. Crunchy chickpeas are always good as a snack, especially if you're one of those compulsive eaters when you're driving. When looking at bars, I would caution you to be wary of bars, hey there, that have a lot of sugar without much else. So some of my favorite bars, and again, these are within what I can eat, so you can probably find better ones for you. These Aloha bars, this one's the peanut butter flavor. It has only 4 grams of added sugar, so for a bar, not bad. And it has 14 grams of protein. So if I was doing a lunch on my own, maybe this, a banana, and a V8 if I'm stuck at a store buying lunch, right? Not a bad option. Lara bars I really like too because they don't have a lot of added sugar. This one has 4 grams added. Now because it has dates in it, it has a lot of sugar overall, but only 4 grams added. The last thing you could pick up at a store that you can take with you, and the cool thing about these, it's only 1.15 fluid ounce, so you can even take these on a plane. Little packages of peanut butter. And this brand, Justin's, Jif makes their own little containers of peanut butter, but a lot of times they add sugar. This has no added sugar, so I really like the Justin's, and they make the almonds, almond butter. They make all different kinds of butter. Just whenever you're doing the peanut butter that's packaged, make sure it doesn't have a lot of sugar added to it. This is one whole serving, and it's 200 calories, and it has 7 grams of protein. So if I'm really dying for something and I can't find something healthy, this will get you through in a pinch. So that gets you through the processing time when you're driving or trying to find something to eat while on the go. Now, assuming you have a place to stay, it would be ideal if you didn't have to eat on the go the whole trip, like if you could stop in a restaurant. Um, some things to consider while eating out. Let's say you go, we go to Asian places a lot because they really work well for me. Um, I try and get grilled instead of fried, right? So if I'm going to do tofu, if they have grilled tofu, that's better than fried. Uh, if it's a Mexican place, forget the sour cream, just do salsa and avocado chunks. Any place that has bread or chips, you can ask them to bring the chips to you with your meal or not at all. You can even ask them to hold off on it. Don't be embarrassed to say don't bring the bread or chips, right? The big thing about restaurants is don't be embarrassed to ask for things. Don't feel bad for asking for things. Even if you see nothing on the menu that works for you, ask. They can probably fix something. They have food back there, so they can probably fix something. Always ask for cheese and dressing on the side if it's like added to a salad or something, so you can kind of control how much you want. I will say with the coronavirus thing going on right now, I would not eat at a buffet personally because you're going through and the serving utensils have been touched by however many million people before you. Um, Restaurants are generally pretty good about cleaning stuff up, and I think with the spread of the coronavirus going around, they're doing an even better job. But watch out for the buffets, I would say, and just pay attention to what you're touching. I haven't seen anything new about how to deal with coronavirus other than washing your hands, keeping your social distance, right, of 3 feet, and if you're sick, don't go out, right? Spare us all. So restaurants are pretty good. So what I would do, I mean, you can tell when you walk in a restaurant whether you think it's clean or not. And then, but what I would do when I go, so how our road trip is going to work is have a somewhat decent breakfast, have whatever lunch on the road I can find that's not too bad, usually from a gas station, and then stop at a real place for dinner and get some fresh vegetables, as much as I can get in at dinner, knowing that during the day is going to be mostly processed. So that is it on how to travel and eat well while you're traveling. Did you have any questions out there? Anything you go to for snacks while you're on the road? I'm super excited. I'm getting really hungry just sitting here. Um, and that is all I've got for you today. Now, the Tuesday tune-up is going on spring break next week, so we will not have one next week. I'm sure it is going to have a great time. I can't wait to hear when it gets back what it experienced. But that's it for today. So again, on the road, you can find lunch at a gas station. Pay attention. Make sure things are refrigerated. Read your labels. Make smart choices. It's all in a continuum. If you're confronted with a cooler full of Cokes, energy drinks if you're driving. Yeah, so energy drinks I have mixed feelings about energy drinks. It depends how you respond to them. So caffeine wise and sugar wise, there can be a lot of sugar in those energy drinks. So I actually prefer, these are what I like to munch on when I'm driving to stay awake. The ones with the shells, sunflower seeds with the shells, because then I got to be kind of active while I'm driving. Podcast, anything to keep me awake. I generally try and stay away from energy drinks. I guess if you had to as an emergency and you responded okay to it. I've noticed sometimes I come off those in such a jittery, crazy fashion that it's not a good thing. So we talked at the beginning about the importance of being well rested before you take off. And I did mention if it's safe, if there's a safe place you can pull over and catch a quick 10 to 15 minute nap. Again, safety is paramount. I wouldn't do this on a deserted place at night by yourself. But I would actually prefer that to having an energy drink. So what I can do sometimes is stop at a playground, let the kids play, take a little 10-minute quick rest, and then get back on the road. So that is it for my tips on traveling. Everyone have a safe spring break. Remember to wash your hands, stay your 3 feet away, do whatever elbow salutes or whatever we got going on now. And I will see you in 2 weeks. All right, have a great spring break. Bye.